video is a little hodgepodge of some of the wedding planning we were able to film throughout our engagement. Now, we were only engaged for 4.5 months, and that was not intentional. I would not recommend that if you can avoid it, but we didn't have a lot of time to work with. In my experience, a lot of wedding planning is just research. So like the unfortunate maximizer I am, a lot of wedding planning for me was just sitting in front of my computer, staring at the screen, comparing every option under the sun, and then picking the best one, or the best one I could afford. All the decision making kind of unraveled me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but in the end, it all turned out just as lovely as I dreamed. So on today's agenda, we're gonna do 5 main things. First, we're gonna go look for Jay's wedding suit. Then we're gonna take a look at some of the wedding venues we went to see. Next, we're gonna take a trip to Fabricland for a couple DIYs I wanted to try out to save a little bit of money. Then I'll show you some pictures and a little bit of footage that I have from my bridal shower. And last but not least, if you stick around to the end, then you're gonna see a little wedding ceremony preview because we had to practice how we wanted to set up for the big day. So first up, finding Jay's suit.
Today we are going suit shopping. I guess that's pretty nice.
I like it.
I was kind of imagining more of this color, but this isn't really dressing.
You could do that with these pants, I guess. Oh, these are too casual.
No, it's too casual then.
Yeah.
I think it looks
I guess
good.
This is nice, yeah.
A gray one.
So gray.
You could go gray if you want.
The gray's not bad.
36s.
Yeah, this one seems a little bit longer to me. Does it not?
Try on the other one again.
Okay.
I don't remember. Is this as fun as you thought it'd be?
Yeah. Okay, this one.
So good. Yeah, I think it looks
I prefer
good.
this one.
Jay, you make anything look good, right?
Of course.
I think it looks good. Feel
Pants
too?
fit good.
Does it feel too long?
Ride up a little bit.
That's good. You don't want a saggy butt.
That reminds me, I need a belt one.
Yeah, if that's your wedding color, that would look good.
Brian works here.
You still can that.
But you need a bow tie too.
Yeah, we'll do a bow tie.
It might be pink.
But, hey, I don't want to paint.
Wow.
Usually I gotta use a YouTube tutorial at the time I try.
What do you call that little thing? The dimple?
I don't know what I call it.
Dimple. I do want to get a forest green tie like this. But for our wedding, maybe the pink would look better.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, I think that looks good.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll think it looks better with pink.
Yeah, I think you have a bias, of course, with the pink.
No, I never would. So professional.
Are you sure you don't like the pink? Well, you can wear that with your navy suit, your blue suit, but it's your special day, so wear what you want. So uncomfortable.
Yeah, that does look better, I think.
You like the pink better?
I do think the pink looks better, yeah.
I think the pink looks better too.
Yeah, I think it looks better.
Just because it's like light.
Okay, if I was to do bow tie, I don't think I want a pink bow tie. Tie, sure, but pink bow tie, I don't think so.
I don't know about bow tie at all.
Ask Jeff about his opinion.
No, I think I'll stick with the tie.
I think Henry and Adam should wear
Yeah,
bow ties. You will look a little much.
I think so too. I agree.
Do you like this too? You can be on it.
I am honest. I like that.
Over the green?
You telling me you don't like the green?
Yeah. Pink bow tie. I already know what you're gonna say.
I like
tie.
that. There you go.
Case closed.
I think I like the tie better.
That's a hard no for the bow tie. Pink wins!
Yeah.
Yeah! Are you saying yes to this dress?
I'm saying yes to this dress.
We got the suit.
Got the suit.
Now I want to look at shoes.
They're quite different.
They're ugly.
That doesn't matter.
Yes, it matters. Hudson's Bay. Didn't find any shoes, but how do you like your suit?
I like it. I'm very happy with the suit. It was so nice that your brother, you know, he's worked there for like 5 years, so he helped me a lot.
So now let's talk about wedding venues. There are a lot of really beautiful, very expensive places to get married where we live. But I wasn't really going for like winery or golf course vibes if I could help it. Through my extensive research, I found my dream venue. Oh my gosh, it was the most beautiful lakefront property. They had this gorgeous white gazebo in this lush green garden overlooking the lake, and up on this hill they had this beautiful sunroom that they had kind of made to look exactly like an old wedding chapel. The photos there would have been incredible. I was obsessed. But when we contacted them and found out how much it would cost, let me tell you, it's never a good sign when they don't put their prices somewhere easy to find. They told us it was going to be $5,000 Canadian for the venue alone. I knew those dreams would only be dreams. And that was because we wanted to keep the total price for the entire wedding, the ceremony, the venue, the food, the cake, the dress, the suits, the decorations, everything. We wanted it to be no more than $10,000 Canadian. And if we could have it less, we would love it to be less. But, you know, wedding prices can get crazy out of hand. Just venues, just photographers alone. So we were really trying to keep our budget low, even though that sounds like a lot of money to me. And so yeah, when we found out that that beautiful venue was gonna cost $5,000, I was like, it's a no from me, girl. Leave that to the rich people. But the good thing about finding that venue, even if we couldn't use it for our own, was that it really showed me the elements that I was most kind of interested in, the things that stood out to me, and what the important things were to have on my checklist. I love the look of an old white wedding chapel. It always gives those fairy tale vibes. But I was also interested in having like a flowery garden party kind of feel to the day. But either way, I was looking for something that felt whimsical, airy, light, and of course, romantic. So I narrowed down my list, and my dad took Jay and I to go check out the venues. The first place we went to see was a beautiful heritage church property. We didn't need a ton of seating because we were only having about 40 people come to the wedding. I love the paneling going up the walls, and the windows are stunning and they let in lots of light. The wooden beams went all the way to the top of the ceiling, and my engagement ring is pear-shaped, so I thought that the Gothic architecture was kind of a nice nod to that, even if I was the only person who noticed. But the cons were that the wedding party would have to wait outside in order to enter down the aisle, and I felt like the aisle was just a little bit too short, and because it didn't go down the middle of the pews and it was at the side, it made it feel like a lot of people's vision would be blocked. They also had this cute little banquet room where we could do the reception. It would save us from having to book a separate venue for that, but then we would have to deal with getting catering, etc., etc. At the back of the same property was a garden and a green space with a huge maple tree. We definitely didn't realize it would be so grand. There's also a little orchard surrounding the property, but we were there at the end of February, so you just kind of had to picture it and hope it would be what you thought it was. But honestly, we were just really lucky there wasn't more snow. Another property that we went to look at for the ceremony part of the wedding was this gorgeous garden gazebo. I mean, imagine that in springtime. It really speaks for itself. I wasn't sure if there would be quite enough seating, and we did have to keep the uneven ground in mind for some of the guests that were going to be coming, but it would really lean into that whimsical garden theme. Obviously, it was winter in this clip, but there were lots of pictures online of what it looked like in the spring. And let me tell you, it was hands down the most beautiful garden we were gonna find. Then we went to see a venue for the reception. To be honest, it was kind of the only reasonably priced place I could find. They had a big patio you were welcome to use, and the size of the room inside was actually twice the size of what you're seeing here. The white wall there cuts the room in half, and since we had a small number of guests, obviously we could save money by only renting half the room. The other nice thing about this venue was that we didn't have to worry about getting catering, a dance floor, tables, linens. They were able to have all that stuff covered for us within the price. Plus, they set up and took down like 90% of everything for you, which is a really big bonus because you don't want you or your guests to have to run from the ceremony to the reception to set everything up, and then at the end of the night hurry and take everything down. So in that way, it was kind of a steal of a deal compared to everything else I saw. Now, I know you're probably wondering which ones we chose, but we'll talk more about that that later. Another thing on the to-do list was to go to Fabricland. I was gonna make bow ties for our nephews who were gonna be in the wedding party. And I had big dreams of having a pink wedding veil, so we needed to find some pink tulle as well.
Look at this.
Carrots.
Oh, look. Oh my, I should buy this whole thing. Because I could just make 1,000 dresses.
You could.
I want to.
The perfect color. $12 per what?
Maybe it's $12 a meter.
Maybe.
It's not really
It's
the
not quite.
same.
No, it's a little off.
It's a bit bright. If we don't find anything else, we're coming back.
You're gonna make this into a dress.
I like it. It's really nice. Okay, this is 100% cotton. That one is cotton polyester.
Oh yeah.
It's close.
That is very close, I think. Closer than the other one.
This one.
It's
tulle.
It's tulle?
Imagine.
Hey, that looks nice.
Does it?
Yeah.
But it's giving mermaid because it's green.
You could be a mermaid.
It's garden.
Oh,
It's not
garden theme.
water. Should I just get heart? Look good.
You look good.
Doesn't look very thick,
It does maybe look a little...
but it's gonna be one layer.
Okay, one layer? I don't think it looks that bad then. Is one layer?
Bad?
I think it looks good. I think it's not quite the pink you're looking for, right? But
It might have to be this one.
no, no.
Okay. I don't know. It's not pink enough. It's probably gonna have to be that crazy one.
Yeah, this one here.
I need to put you in it.
How does it look, Katie?
I don't know, Jay. I don't know what to do.
We were only there for 4 hours. I don't know how long it actually was, but it was a long time.
We have this problem because, look, I always wanted a pink veil, but I don't want it to look like a joke. you know?
Not too pink.
I don't want it to look costumey. I want it to look elegant, just a taste. And the problem was
Taste of
the
pink.
one pink that they had was just too pink. And the other one that they had was like spots of pink and white together, which was nice. I just wish that shade of pink was all over. So unfortunately, we only got stuff for the bow tie. And I guess I'll try and order some, but otherwise, you're really getting hangry.
Yes, I am so hungry, and you are hungry. And that took so long.
Anyway, partial success.
Then at the beginning of May, about a month before the wedding, Lisa threw me an afternoon tea bridal shower. Now something about Lisa is she goes above and beyond at everything she does. It was like she made it her mission to make this the best party she'd ever thrown. I was so blown away. Everything was so beautiful and so thoughtful. Even the invitations were so pretty. Look at this. I used this as inspiration to make my wedding invitations because I thought it was just so perfect. Now, I regrettably don't have too much footage of the day because I was just trying to soak it all in, but I'll show you what I do have. So she set out a bunch of my childhood pictures. They also did a couple little games, like they hid rings around the house for people to find or steal from each other if they said certain words, and whoever had the most rings at the end got a prize. There was also the most grand display of food I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And the best part was she put these little puns throughout, like she puts the cute in charcuterie, or with the watermelon, he's one in a melon. And I mean, look at those chocolate mousse cups, oh my goodness. I still think about those. And the berry and love strawberry punch was so good. You can't go wrong with strawberry lemonade. I also got to wear a sash and a veil, and there were lots and lots of presents to open. Both Lisa and my mom gave little speeches for me, which was really sweet. I didn't expect that, especially from my mom, and it really meant a lot to me. And my auntie took it upon herself to make me a beautiful crown out of a bunch of the ribbons from the presents I was opening. And my shower happened to be on the coronation day for King Charles. And so here I am, waving to the people with my beautiful ribbon crown. Lisa also gave out this would she rather quiz where people had to say what I would choose between two options. About halfway through the party, the boys came, so my dad, my brothers, and Jay. And when Jay got there, he did the quiz. Here he is. And I was checking his answers and I was so happy because he got them all right and nobody at the party even came close. So I took a picture of his quiz so I could always remember another reason why he's my true love. At the end of the party, Lisa gave me this book, and inside they did a little Polaroid picture of everybody and then their card with their advice. So Lisa says, always be kind to each other. Amy says, never randomly spend money. My grandma says, sometimes it's best to say, yes dear. And don't forget to say, I'm sorry, even if you aren't. My grandpa says, sometimes it's best to say, you're right. Never lose your sense of humor. My mom says, remember that tomorrow is a new day. My dad says, always look for the best in everything. Sometimes it's best to say nothing. My great Aunt Betty, my nanny's sister, she said, always have a good romance book. Never iron. Sometimes it's best to forget dishes. My auntie says, never admit you're wrong. Remember that he can also do laundry. Don't forget to burn the first breakfast so you are never asked to make it again. Now that's good advice. And then her daughter, my cousin, said, remember that you are right. Like mother, like daughter, I guess. So yeah, it was a really, really beautiful, meaningful day to me. I really loved it. And my gosh, I was worried after that the wedding wasn't going to be nicer than the bridal shower, for goodness sakes. It was amazing. It was the perfect thing for me. I didn't do like a bachelorette party or anything like that. The bridal shower was all I needed. It was lovely. I would say that was probably the best part of being engaged, was going to that bridal shower. Thanks, Lisa. Okay, if you stuck around this far into the video, then you're about to get a little sneak peek into what we chose to do for the ceremony. So now we're a couple weeks before the wedding, and I had a lot of ideas of how I wanted to set up for the ceremony, but really I just needed to go and try things out and see what I liked best, because we decided we wanted to have this ceremony and get married under that big, beautiful maple tree. So of course I had to go figure out the most whimsical way to decorate it, because I've never decorated a tree before, besides a Christmas tree. So I went online and tried to find some ideas of how we could decorate this beautiful tree. And I actually found this picture of the same exact tree that I was gonna decorate. I thought it was nice, it was simple, and I thought it would be pretty easy to set up because let me tell you, it is not easy to get tulle over a tree with really rough bark, especially on a windy day. We tried it, but I just stood back and looked at it and I was like, it looks kind of punchy on this gigantic tree. I was like, we need more drama. And that's when I realized we were gonna have to use the entire tree. And we did, and it ended up looking like this. I absolutely love the way it turned out. It's better than even what I pictured in my head. So I was really, really happy with it. And then we just kind of mapped out where we were gonna stand, where the wedding party was gonna stand, where the music would be, where the signing table would be. And of course we had to practice our smooch, which I would highly recommend because you don't want to be up there laughing in front of everybody, okay? And that's what we were doing. But that's all I have for this video. Of course, it's not all the planning, it's not everything we did, but it was a pretty good portion of it, at least the exciting bits. If you stuck around this long into the video, thank you so much for watching the whole thing. If you haven't already, you might want to think about subscribing because we're now caught up to the middle of May, and that can only mean that the wedding video is right around the corner. See you next time.